What is up? Welcome back, Game Brigade. Thank you for joining me. My name is Brian. If you're new here, welcome to the community and welcome to Game Brigade. It is officially January 1st, 2025 at the time of this recording. Happy New Year's. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. So I haven't filmed in a while. I've been busy on work trips for the channel, as well as holidays, spending Christmas with my family. And I figured I'd just do a little update, talk about where I'm at, talk about what my hopes are for this channel for 2025, and some of my rummagings. You like me. If you guys are new to the channel, I like to have conversations with you. I consider my audience my friends, and I like to talk to you guys about what is going on. So just to follow up of where I've been, PAX Unplugged was earlier this month, and I did attend PAX. I was lucky enough to have some friends invite me out, so I stayed with the Ant Lab Games crew, Anthony and Francis. They hosted me, so thank you for them. Unfortunately, they have officially retired from the board gaming content creation space. Now, I've been aware of this for a few months, and they've told me that they were, kind of planning on stepping out and whatnot, and we talk about it. In fact, Anthony and Francis have been kind of mentors to me for the past almost 3 years now. They had a board game mentor program that I was part of with, I think, about 25 other channels. And I really became friends with Francis and Anthony through that. And after the mentorship program ended, we maintained a friendship and in that mentorship for the last few years. And I would, in fact, and it grew from just like a work relationship to like a friendship. I would have my daughter, at the time she was 2, and if I need to put her down for a nap, I put her in the car sometimes if she wouldn't sleep in the house, normal 2-year-old stuff. And I'd go on a drive, and sometimes I'd call Anthony and Francis just to talk shop. And then while you're talking, you end up just talking about families and raising children and whatnot. So I'm very, very grateful to those two. Sad to see that they're leaving the space, but I understand why they're doing it. And some of the things that they've brought up have been things that I've felt myself, and I've mentioned on the channel before. The idea of that this has shifted from a space of my hobby to more of a workspace. It's interesting because I flew to PAX for work. I didn't go there to buy anything or get anything. I'm not sure. There's one thing I wanted to get that was specifically a PAX thing, but I went, because I'm trying to further the channel. I want to take this channel to upper limits. I want to keep working on that. So at PAX, I didn't go there to buy anything. I went there to introduce myself to more publishers, say hello to other publishers, and just get my name and brand out there a little bit more. I unfortunately didn't really run into any other content creators. I generally enjoy running to other people in the space and keeping those relationships going. Didn't really see anyone else that I knew at PAX, so that's unfortunate. And I did pick up a few things, not much. So in terms of stuff that was supplied, I only got 2 games that were given to me from a publisher, and that's only because I went to their breakout session where they had 20 or so creators in a room where they talked about their newest games, and that was Asmodee. So they gave me Harmonies, which I've heard actually really, really good things about this game, so I'm kind of excited to check this out. And one of their other games was World Traveler. Haven't looked at this one too much, didn't know anything about it at the time when they gave it to me. I appreciate that they did supply those games, because I'm always excited to try out new games, especially games that are not games that I would normally buy. If you know my collection and my space, I got a lot of big, grandiose games. The one game I did pick up was the Merry Grinchmas here. I bought this for my daughter for Christmas. She just recently watched The Grinch, and when I saw this at the Lucky Duck booth, I thought it was just too good not to get. I think the box is actually really, really cool. The coloring, it's kind of got this sheen, the shiny sheen on it. It's really cool. Good looking art. Looks pretty simple, Candyland almost kind of thing. So we'll see how the gameplay actually is. Maybe we'll do an Avery's pick video for this. She likes making content for the channel, surprisingly. And then the one thing that I went to pick up for myself was these Star Wars Unlimited. These were exclusive boxes that you could get at any of the conventions. So they had San Diego Comic-Con, Gen Con, PAX East, PAX West, and PAX Unplugged. These were available, and this was the last convention they were going to get at. They were going to be released at. And, I'm a very big Star Wars Unlimited player, and these basically include, I think, 5 exclusive cards. They're the same cards, and you can play 3 in a deck. So I wanted to make sure I walked out with 3. I was lucky enough to get 3. Thankfully, I was able to get 3. These are not easy to get. Basically, I had to just spam a button to get a ticket as soon as they went live for a ticket at 9 a.m. And I was lucky enough to get them. So thumbs up there. And so in terms of PAX, my overall experience was good. I unfortunately hurt my ankle while I was there, and I'm still dealing with the injury. I'm not sure quite exactly what it was. It didn't do anything overtly to do damage to my foot, but the second day and the last day was very painful to walk. So I kind of had to cut the amount of convention time short, which is never something I want to do. And I'm still dealing with whatever I did. So I should probably go see a doctor, to be honest with you. But I'm stubborn. So that's the PAX experience. It was great. Would I go back? I would go back, just for hanging out with friends. I would go back to see Anthony and Francis. They're very close to the convention. I don't know if PAX was generally a success in terms of the scope of my channel, in terms of what I want to do with it. I think Gen Con was probably better for that. I just didn't like how Gen Con was so big, and it felt different. But I felt like a Gen Con maybe, it's again, I've heard mixed reviews from other people, like other creators have told me, oh, PAX is great because it is so small comparatively that you can actually have spending time with different creators. But I don't know. I definitely had a better experience in 2023 when I went to Gen Con. So in terms of what's new in terms of my life, in terms of gaming, I have gotten a few new games in, although I haven't had a chance to play any because we've been so busy. Cthulhu Death May Die finally showed up. So excited to finally get this opened. It's still sealed. Haven't opened the rest of the Kickstarter. Excited to get that going. Shards of Infinity finally showed up. This is from Stoneblade Entertainment. And this is a game, funny enough, kind of interesting. I was searching for a a card playing game, some sort of game that had card play interaction, because I was craving that. I used to play Magic a lot back in the day. So I was looking for something that kind of filled that void. And when I did coverage for this on my channel, when I do Kickstarter coverage, when I was learning about the game and all the things, I was like, man, this game seems like it's exactly what I wanted. So I backed it. And then comes along Star Wars Unlimited from Fantasy Flight Games, and this has captured my heart in terms of the competitive card-playing game in my life. So now Shards Infinity has showed up, and I'm like, shoot, am I going to actually play this? Because now I actually play this. I go every week on Friday to play this, and I have a dedicated, friends that I've made that play this game. Well, this would be more for my gaming group, and I'm not sure how that would play out. So we'll see. I'm probably going to open this. I'll still sleeve it up, learn the system, and see if people are wanting to play with me. We'll see how that goes. And then the final game that I've been working on and playing quite a bit, this has got everything in it, so I'm definitely not going to do what I was going to do, and I'll just do this, is Earth Under Siege. So this is a tactical hidden movement for the opponents, kind of. It's interesting. Not really hidden movement. How would I explain this? Best thing to think about would be like XCOM with Splinter Cell. I think that's probably the best examples. XCOM and Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell is a video game from Xbox way back in the day. If you know it, then you're old like me. And in this game, you are a group of human soldiers who are trying to, defend Earth from an alien invasion, aka XCOM. And you are going into these different types of facilities and sneaking through to get to different types of objectives. Now, you can also run and gun, or you can sneak and try to make stealth checks, which is cool. And when I talk about hidden movement, the enemies are blips on the map, and they're kind of moving around. and you just don't know what they are until you spawn them. So when you get eyesight of them, you see them, then you're drawing a card from the spawn deck, and then you'll place the mini. You got a whole bunch of minis of the bad guy that you're facing. So this is the game I'm playing, really enjoying it. I will be doing a dedicated video for this, and that's the game that's kind of been like what I've been doing all December and a little bit of November has been like pretty much working on that game, really enjoying it, want to kind of get more into it because I don't want to just do a review. I want to do something like what makes this game cool. So not just a review, but like what are the mechanics that are kind of cool. That's kind of the idea that I'm tossing around for that one. So that's kind of what we're doing. So I want to wrap up here, but what I want to talk about at the end is kind of what my hopes are for 2025 and some of the things I've thought about. Not necessarily these are changes that are going to happen to the channel, but there are things that I think about quite a bit in terms of what I would love to have, and I just don't know how I could get there. So 2024, my goal was 10,000 subscribers. My goal in 2023 was 10,000 subscribers. Didn't hit it. That was actually an extremely lofty goal for 2023. I didn't think I was actually going to get there, but I wanted it. 2024, it was a realistic goal. 2024's growth has been substantially lower than any other year of my channel. We had a very bad growth. Now I will say I also had the highest views monthly ever on the channel, but for some reason I go through these kind of like waves of a lot of content, and then I don't know if I burn myself out and I'm like, I need a break, and then I go with like a week and a half or 10 days to 2 weeks of no content, and then that plummets me, and then I have to fight myself back up into the algorithm to become relevant, and I just play in this constant yo-yo game. And that has resulted in a substantial lower amount of subscribers to the channel. So that's a problem that I need to understand and resolve. That's something I need to figure out, because I definitely thought for sure by the end of this month I would be at 10,000, and we're just around like 9,300-ish, if I remember right. We can check real quick. I'm pretty sure it's like around almost 94, so 9366 is what we're at right now. And so I would love to see this. Obviously I need to be at 10,000. We actually have a giveaway that we'll be doing for 10,000, plus another giveaway for later down that I will talk about. Actually, let me get that information right now. Okay, so I got that giveaway real quick, because I assume the people who are watching this are most likely my longtime viewers. We will be doing a giveaway on the channel at 10,000 subscribers, and it is from Shadowborn Games, and it'll be for the core pledge of Avalon the Riven Vale. I'm very excited that they are offering me this. They're also offering me a second pledge, which I will have to figure out later down the road of what I want to do with that giveaway and how I want to do it. They did the same thing for us with Oathsworn, and I was so grateful that they supported the channel in that way, and they're choosing to do it again. Like, those are people that I love, and can't imagine, like, here's a company that reached out and says, Brian, we want to support your channel. What can we do? Here's what we want to offer you. And I'm like, thank you. Like, it's crazy. So, and that's also going back to you guys. I'm giving back to my audience because I want to say thank you. So that will be for the 10,000. But where do I want to be? I think realistically, and it's crazy because I see comments on the channel. They're like, why are you not at like 50,000 subscribers? And I always ask myself, I don't know, because I feel like I do really good content when I actually am producing the content that's made for the channel. Like I feel like my thoughts for reviews are pretty solid, and I have pretty good, quality content. But I don't know. There's obviously something that's missing. And a lot of times I ask myself, or when I'm thinking about my channel, I think about being your authentic self. Like, are you presenting yourself in a way that people feel are naturally interested in what you're saying? They like you as a person. Are you talking about things that you're passionate about? Because there are things that I would love to bring to the channel or change to the channel, but when I have tried those things, they haven't been so successful. So, for example, what I wanted to do in 2023 and 2024, one of the focuses originally to the channel was to change it from an informational-based channel, so less Kickstarter coverage, less should you backs, and more of the personal channel. What is Brian like? What am I doing right now? What are the games that I'm playing? What what are the things I'm doing? So I tried to do, vlogs, lifestyle, like videos talking about my collection and the curation of that collection. So I kind of did those, and they have done well, but they're hard to make all the time, and not all of them have done well. Some of those videos do like 100 views, and that's really hard to get the traction. And there is ideas of, well, just keep doing it and you'll find your audience. And that's probably, something I could consider doing. The other things that I love doing is, I've considered just doing like shopping, like, hey, I'm gonna go out and shop. Let's check out the board game shop or the Lego store that I love to go to, and just here's what I like to do. I've even considered doing reviews of like some of the Legos that I've built and been like, hey, let's talk about a Lego set that I just got for Christmas, and here's what I enjoyed, even though that's not a board game, clearly. It is a passion that I have, and I would love to talk with my audience about different types of passions that I'm involved in. Now, that's obviously a bigger scope of changing the channel to more of a Brian channel, less Game Brigade channel. I don't know. And that's something I have thought about doing in the past. It's come across my mind multiple times. I just don't know if that's truly the direction I want to go, because I have spent actually 5 years now really trying to build this channel to a gaming hub space, for everyone, and make a community. But I'm still trying to figure out where this will end up long term. Now, this is a hard video to kind of talk about because you feel like you're committing to something, and I'm not committing to anything. I'm just talking to you guys about some of the things that I think about quite a bit. If I were to ask you, if you were to tell me right now, like, Brian, what would you love Game Brigade to be? I would love it to be a channel where I talk about the games I'm playing, talk about reviews. I still like doing reviews, talking about reviews, talking about collections, what's coming and what's going. I would love to do lifestyle videos where we're doing the yard sales, the swaps, sellings, going shopping. I would love to talk about the Lego sets I'm buying, Lego sets I've sold, just like stuff that I'm actively doing as a hobbyist in this space of being a gamer, and the things I enjoy. That would be the ideal. Now, what generates me views and what generates me subscribers? Right now, what generates me views and subscribers are Kickstarter coverage of the newest games and coverage of the hottest publishers, like Awaken Realms or Into the Unknown. Those publishers that are big companies. That's what generates my audience views. People enjoy my coverage of those titles. So do I find a middle ground? I think that's what I was trying to do the last 6 months, was finding a middle ground between that. And I think it was okay, but I also burned myself out because I took on a lot of contracts and a lot of obligations from independent publishers to try to cover their games, to give them eyes as well. And it's a lot of work to play. I even had a comment recently from, I believe, a new subscriber who was like, man, how do you have time to play all these games? And, I have a hard time just getting a single game. And I'm like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get all the games covered, get them enough plays to actually understand the concepts that I want to express and talk to you guys about. It's a lot of work. And I do think I burned out. And that's probably one of the reasons why in December, once I got back from PAX, I was dealing with obviously holidays, which is more important. My family's more important. Also my injury. And I think just stress. And I said, you know what? I don't have any more obligations right now. I got them all done. They're all edited or they're played and done. I just want to take a break for a little bit and play some games that I enjoy playing, like this Earth Under Siege. We had some friends come over and bring over Maximum. What is that game? Maximum. It's the racing game. It's like the Maximum Chrome edition. I can't remember right now. I actually don't love that game, but it was still fun. And they gave me crap for not loving it as much as them. It was still fine. Whatever. I'd play it again. Don't tell them that. They probably watch this. Don't tell them that though. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. I didn't intend this to be a super long video. I'm also using this mic right now because my last video, you guys haven't seen it. It hasn't come out yet. I had a whole video series, a playthrough, a review, an overview that's in the edited and it's finished. But the audio was real bad and it frustrated me. So I've got 2 audio systems going right now and I want to see how they're going. So I figured I'd pull out the old microphone, the podcast microphone, and see if there's any kind of audios going wrong and see if I can figure it out. And if the audio sounds like crap in this video, it's because I'm having to use my third audio source, which is a backup audio source, which I don't like using. And then we'll know I still haven't figured out how to fix my audio. And we'll keep working on that. And that's been a frustration. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. This is Game Brigade. This is Brian. I appreciate you for watching. Remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share with your friends, any of my videos. It greatly helps me in the algorithm. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.